Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going on for you this week in terms of love. The Sacred Traveler cards, because you're on a journey of deep awakening. Yeah, it was time for you both to kind of speed up this awakening, and in order to do that is get rid of the heavy weight that's been weighing you down, been slowing you down, been like the Ten of Wands where the person's holding it in front of them, they can't see where they're going. So traveling lightly, simplify your life. That's what's happening. This way, it's like in this connection you feel this powerful magnetic pull. It just feels right to be on this spiritual path of letting go of false belief systems, wounds, illusions, all kinds of things like that were keeping you stuck. But it's like, I'm hearing from Spirit, it's like in your soul you always knew that the time would come where you would go out into the world. You know, it's like in your soul you always knew that there was more to come. I'm just noticing and being called to notice this green in both of these cards, which is the heart chakra. So you both knew that you had so much to offer. You knew that you had like this special mission. You've always felt like the purity of your soul within, but it's almost like you're so pure, you're kind of like warriors, like worrying about what people think, being those people pleasers, but it got you stuck. So you met each other in order to spark a lot of awakening, realization, self-worth that's naturally that as you contain more of that love and light, it dissolves a lot of stuff that was holding you back. Traveling lightly, it's almost like there's a bin and you're just throwing out all this old junk that's been weighing you down, so that you can move more efficiently, more swiftly, more freely on this path that's helping you both on a personal level and an impersonal level, because as you're becoming more of who you are, that love and light is shining out. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. So this connection, it's like the lock and the key that open the door. All these dark scary trees here, it's like you're both sort of bottled up, fears were holding you back, but this love opened your heart chakras, opened the gateway to you seeing consciously like the heavens, the higher realms. And it was a sunset, it was a beginning of the sunset of the old version of yourselves, the false version, and then the sunrise of who you really are. You're both triumphing really, really well. Success expands in your life. Wandering path. Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. Okay, so you're both learning to get more comfortable with the unknown. The ego hates the unknown. The ego, which keeps us caught up, stuck within the tower, within the thick walls, in order to try and protect ourselves. The ego hates the unknown. It likes to know the answers. It likes to think that the path's going to be straightforward, but it's not. And there could be ups and downs in your connection. There could be ups and downs. Well, there will be ups and downs in your personal lives. But everything that happens that may make you initially think in your mind, oh, I've gone off course. Now it's like, instead of going off on a tangent of course. You've got this inner compass. You've become aware of your inner compass, your higher self, the directions from spirit. So you look inwards to find your way. It says enjoy the journey and wandering past. Again, all this imagery here, all these adventures that you wanted to experience in your life, how you wanted to break free from social matrix that just kept you in a loop. All this imagery here of going off on your own path, leaving past behind, traveling lightly. Powerful message. And yeah, it's a wandering path, okay? There will be twists and turns, but enjoy the journey. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. So there is a feeling of powerful gratitude, that you're just so grateful for this connection coming in. And it's amazing. It's like when you think about how your souls always knew deep down that this was contracted to happen, and then how your unconscious human selves had no idea, and how massively you've both shifted. What a contrast it is from the old self and who you are this day. And it's really amazing. It's like you're seeing the beauty in the world, noticing the blossom here. Here in the UK there's a lot of blossom that's just come out on the trees, and you're enjoying the journey. You're enjoying being present and looking at the miracles of life. Rainbow blessings are showering into your life. And journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So yeah, this connection you both see as this infinite blessings, infinite gratitude. Rainbow is like the healing of the chakras, healing of your energies. And seeing the beauty of duality and how these contrasts can really make us become aware of things. Like there could be times of tribulation and then times of great joy, but the contrasts help us have this gratitude and not take things for granted, but also having these stark contrasts really make us see what is illusion and what is real. Sometimes we need like that severity of the opposites being cast into a lot of adversity in order to desire to align with the light again, which is aligning with your true nature. Anytime we feel pain, it's because we're out of alignment with our true selves. Sometimes we need incredible pain in order to see how far off of how far out of alignment we have been, in order to have that desire to align with the light by following that inner guidance, connecting with God, asking for the divine support. It brings you back on track, that inner compass. And journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So yeah, the moon is like the depths. The subconscious is coming out into the light, a lot of illumination, and this connection just feels so magical, and it's deeply fulfilling. Like I feel like you both have these depths that were just untapped, unexpressed, repressed, and now they're coming to light. They're coming into expression and into awareness in order to be experienced, felt and enjoyed. So I'm going to finish this reading with a Rumi Oracle card. It's going to be a really powerful message from Spirit. What do you really need to know right now about your connection and the part of the path that you're on? A lot of guidance is going to be in this message as well. There's 2. I always prefer it if there's 1, but I will read the 2, so please bear with me. Layla, and from nothing to everything. So I'm going to read Layla first. 34. Layla. Put aside your clever schemes, O lover, be mindless, become mad, dive into the heart of the flame, become fearless, be like a moth, turn away from the self and tear down the house, then come and dwell in the house of love. Be a lover, live with lovers. Clean your chest from all hostility, wash it 7 times, then fill it with the wine of love. Be a chalice for love, be a chalice. You must be all love to be worthy of the beloved. When going to the gathering of drunks, be a drunk, become drunk. Your thought takes a course dragging you in its wake. Move beyond thoughts, let the heart lead. Be the leader. When the grace of love is revealed, be a mirror to reflect it. When the beloved's hair is loosened, brush it like a comb, be a comb. How I long for my thoughts to no longer make any sense to me. Then I can be rid of them like noisy house guests who have overstayed their welcome. Oh, the peace when they finally go. Their incessant chatter brings me no comfort. I crave the silence of you. Will you let me hear it? Will you run through the noisy house of my mind with your great muddy feet so that I can focus on something other than my mind for a while? Maybe you can make such a mess that I shall give up my plans and attempts at order completely. Just give in for a change. It's time for that. To give up my ridiculous fantasies of perfection, useless, noisy, irritating, demanding, and yet deadening perfection. I'd rather just be alive. I want to plant my head in the earth, in the same mud that sticks to your feet, and breathe in her rich soil smell. I want to feel her heart beating in the quiet movements of the roots of the plants as they stretch and grab, and stop my ears with her fertile dirt. Finally gaining peace from the constant infernal racket of thoughts no longer wanted. O beloved, how you are to be envied. You are being given the gift of no self, no noise, no sense. The great beloved truly wants you to be closer than ever to the wild universal heart. In that field of love, every electronic device goes haywire. Systems collapse, worlds collide, and great stars are born from the chaos. But the real you will sense none of this. You'll be staring at your beloved, so intoxicated by love, your tongue will loll out of your mouth and you'll drool like a bloodhound, and you won't care a hoot. Neither will the great beloved. Such will the passion of your reunion be that the only thing to matter will be the one great love exploding inside your being. So who cares if you have no idea what day it is? What was your job supposed to be again? Or how to make conversation, let alone intelligent conversation at the dinner table? Ah well, you shall not be yourself any more. You shall not be so appropriate or sociable. Who understands crazy words that fall out of your mouth, unchecked by logic or rationality? I do. I know the beloved too. I am under the same loving spell. I, like you, have no I anymore. I, like you, am so crazy with love that I care not for things making sense anymore. I, like you, long for my night of love with the great beloved that ends me forever and renders me only and ever the lover of the great beloved. I call that night forward from my love-crazed heart, as do you. The night of destiny, let us run together and pound on the bedroom door of the great beloved. There is no shame, there is nothing else worth holding on to. Let us go now and throw ourselves upon the goodwill of the Creator. Our hair shall be messy and mingle with the curving galaxy, and the planets shall run rings around them, becoming the many eyes of the great beloved, delightfully bearing witness to our loving, passionate surrender. This oracle brings you a message. You are moving through a period of not knowing, of time in the great void or womb of the Divine Mother. It is in this place the seed can crack open and take root. This cannot happen in the light, where all is seen and recognized. It must happen under the cover of darkness, where only trust can assure one of success. This is the way of nature, the way of life, and it must be honored. This oracle brings you ancient wisdom. It guides you not to fear the darkness, but to enter into it willingly. It is not for you to become lost, but to find your way. This oracle is saying that in the darkness there is a path. Do not turn away from it. Let it be. Be with the lack of knowing. When people ask of you so many questions and demand sensible answers to support their notion of reality, do not bow to such unworthiness and fear. Know that their minds may be fearful for your safety and their own, lest your divine madness be contagious, but that their fear is nothing to you, nothing at all. It is not even anything to them, but they just don't know that yet. Under the sacred black cloak of night, the Divine Mother, the Goddess, she who transfigures from darkness into the light, has invited you into her chamber. In that place you shall experience annihilation, but only that of which is untrue, that of which would hold you back, dampen your spirit, or prevent you from bursting into full aliveness. For that which is true is already seeded deep in her womb and is preparing to be born, strong and with good powerful legs. So when it is time, it will leap like a wild creature, all instinct and intuition, into the morning light. For this moment, however, there is darkness, and that is essential for the appearance so imminent, beloved, of the light on its way. This oracle brings you guidance. If you find yourself to be sad, to be grieving, whether you know for what or not, or even depressed or struggling, feeling as though you're being pulled down, do not fight. Bear witness instead. Allow what is taking place to take place. Allow what is happening to happen. You shall find a joy in allowing the interplay of darkness and the light to take place according to a greater unfolding rhythm of your own divine growth process. So here is the sacred honouring ritual. Sit in a dark and quiet space, if possible. Say aloud, I honour the darkness that serves the all-loving light. Through the grace of Rumi and the Divine Mother, I am blessed with growth of my soul into life. Even within the darkest of dark places, the Divine Beloved dwells with unfailing generosity and compassion. In my surrender I am held, and in my darkness the seed of new life takes root. So be it. Rest for as long as feels good. You've completed your honouring ritual. And then we have from nothing to everything. Oh my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life? Or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill off the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a great story to be impressed upon your essence. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour forth from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story is especially created for you, yes you, with a starring role and all the best supporting cast. You shall gasp in wonder, awe, glee, and delight when you hear it. It is a great romance, a great adventure, with an ending truly spectacular and divine. Would you wish to hear it? Become attentive now. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the greatest storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. There are moments on the path of love that seem to focus on letting go of identities, of knowledge and certainty, of opinion and even attempts at control. We may feel as though we've been stripped back to our core, and even then perhaps further still. We may wonder if we can bear it. What shall, if at all, remain intact through these rigours? We may feel challenged every time we attempt to become something great, as though we are blocked by circumstances beyond our control. Again and again, it is as though a greater hand smacks our wrists the moment we try to take hold of something firmly, someone, anything that brings us certainty or inner stability. Such are the rigours at an advanced stage on the path. We meet this challenge when our soul is ready for it. Why must it be thus? This is a sage question indeed. When we are asked to dispense with our story, the interpretations we have given to our life experiences over the years, we may not hear the request at first. We may vaguely note it, but not recognize the great divine source asking this of us, and so we do not give it such an inclination. So we do not give such an inclination due accord. We may persist with spinning our own tales instead. Oh, our mind may fancy itself to be a great wrangler of the word, impressed with its own judgments and declarations, yet in the light of comparison with the divine tale for our soul, all our fancies shall pass away, revealed as so very frail, like clouds dissipating in the sky. Perhaps we are graced with the realization there is so much more. Or perhaps we still don't get the hint and move into struggle as we try to enact what we think our story should be. We may hit every obstacle. We may hit obstacle after obstacle and create even more terror in our storytelling, that life is such pain, a struggle, that success may not be for us, that we are forgotten and unheard. Yet we may equally choose to wonder if obstacle after obstacle, closed door after closed door, is just a prompt to look for the open window to climb through. And if so, instead of seeking to impose our small story upon the great truth, we can live the truth of our divine destiny. Then something magical happens. We participate through presence along with the unfolding story of our soul journey. We open up to whatever is asked of us, presented to us, happening through us, as we choose each day to come alive as much as we can. Then, as if by magic, there is something else that occurs. That would be grace, real, rich, dripping with goodness and sustenance, grace. This is a sacred blessing that enables us to pay attention to opening doors rather than closing ones, the divine assistance that lets us know our life is proceeding according to a greater intelligence and plan. Once we stop thinking quite so much and live day to day, we will be blessed with the realization that our individual life story is so much more extraordinary and perfect than anything we could have summoned, even with our wildest imagination. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You are being asked to let go, to receive, to become empty, to be filled. This may mean letting go of attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. It may be of no longer holding on to a fantasy of your dream job, but of being guided into your most soulful and successful vocation. It may mean letting go of wishes for your body or health to be other than it is, so you can simply get on with living each day, taking steps into wellness without thinking beyond one day at a time. It is the divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender a story or fantasy, it is because reality is knocking at our door, more often than not, with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about, but in the best way for us. The human experience of this paradox is that you may feel you are giving up hope, that your fantasy is dying. It may be very painful and bring you much grief, but all that is dying is your attachment and opinion about how it must be. This needs to happen so you can stop dreaming and start living. This is what is happening for you now. Do not fear any part of your process. Embrace it without expectation, with trust in your heart that the divine is simply guiding you from fantasy into fulfillment. So here is the sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands in prayer and bow your head. Say aloud, I choose to trust in the great genius unfolding in my life. I give thanks for the blessings of grace now flowing into my heart. I have no need to know. I trust in the perfection of my being unfolding with innate intelligence and wisdom. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, holds me in his protection, and I accept my destiny with a peaceful and trusting heart. Please help me to surrender the stories, attachments, fantasies and fears that have held me back from living my heart's desires fully. I now choose unconditional trust in the loving genius of life to lead me into my fulfilled destiny now. So be it. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So I really hope that this reading has resonated really deeply with you and been really helpful. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.